What is going on, guys? We are live. Thank you for being patient. It is great to be back up here for another video here during WrestleMania week, the most exciting week for wrestling fans. And here we are, Q&A video number 10. Like I said, thank you for being patient. Meant to make this video on Sunday, but apparently I had other plans, which included taking back-to-back naps both days. So it's great to be back up here, well rested after a nice workout at the gym. So let's see what questions you guys have for me. And if you have any, after I finish answering the questions here on Twitter and YouTube, I will be sure to answer them as well. So let's dive right into them. So here we go, guys. Are you watching SmackDown Live? I will be. I got to finish my workout, but I will be watching it and hopefully get a review posted up later tonight. That is the plan. So first question here comes from good friend Hayden Rupnick. Thank you for asking this question. He knew it was going to be a tough question to ask me, but I will answer it to the best of my ability. Why are the Flyers better than the Penguins? Well, they're not. I mean, they're just not. I mean, you have the Penguins, who are up here, and the Flyers, who are all, you can't see my hand, but it's all the way down here on the floor. I'm sorry if anybody's watching this from Philadelphia, but it's the Flyers, and they haven't won. Actually, you want to know when the last time that the Flyers won the Cup was? Because I have this little app on my phone here, and I could just do this. Here, let me tell you. Let me show you. See this? You can see that right there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that is the last time that the Flyers won the Stanley Cup. This is why the Penguins are better than the Flyers. It has been 16,016 days, 21 hours, and 19 minutes since the Flyers last won the Cup, 1974. I've never seen them win the Cup, so that does not make them better than the Penguins. Penguins have 5 Stanley Cups. How many Stanley Cups do the Flyers have? Now, I could certainly look that up. With the power of the internet, anything and all is possible. So let's just see how many Stanley Cup win. Yeah, they only have 2, so we have 5. I'm sorry, your question has been deleted. Yes. And no, I'm not from Philly. God, no. I'm from Pittsburgh. So let's go Pens, even though they're down, I believe, 2-1 tonight. Hopefully they pull out a win. So thank you for your question, Hayden. It's all in good fun. Question from Robbie One Kenobi, my good friend Robbie. Question number 5 here. Which game on the SNES do you feel is the most underrated? Oof. Most underrated Super Nintendo Entertainment System game. That is a very good question. There's a lot. There is a lot of underrated Super Nintendo games. Oh, here's one right here. Saturday Night Slam Masters. Let's see, I'm just looking right here. Tetris Attack. Let's see what else we have here. Scrolling through a couple listers. See, I did not... Legend of the Mystical Ninja. That's another good gem right there. Let's see, what else do we have here? ActRaiser, Secret of Evermore, the original Harvest Moon. So those are just a couple off the top of my head of underrated Super Nintendo Entertainment System games. Question number 4, because of his participation at WrestleMania 24, do you think WWE will induct Floyd Mayweather Jr. into the Hall of Fame next year in 2021? If not within those next 2 years, I think he will go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Usually they do a celebrity induction every other year. We are not getting one this year, surprisingly. So there you go. So would not surprise me. Isn't WrestleMania coming back to Florida? So we'll see. Question number 3. What do you enjoy the most about being part of the Kane Action Team? I'm glad you mentioned the Kane Action Team, the preeminent stunt action choreography team in Akron, Ohio. If you don't know about the Kane Action Team, be sure to check us out on Facebook. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and Instagram. Show us some love there, because we're working hard on our next project, which details will be released in the near future, so stay tuned. The best thing about working with the Kane Action Team is working with my brothers and sisters on that team. Hello, and thank you for watching. Thank you for joining this live chat. But working with the Kane Action Team, it's about being around people that I love and care about, and that truly care about me and want to see me succeed. And I want to see everybody else succeed on that team and working toward a common goal. So if anybody from the Kane Action team is watching this video, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything and all the help that you have ever shown me, especially my good friend, the Matt Kane of the Kane Action team. He is a great friend, a brother, a mentor, and thank you so much for all the help. It truly means a lot. So that is the best thing about working on the Kane Action team. Number 2, what is your favorite Jack Nicholson moment from Tim Burton's Batman? Ooh, you picked a good one. Batman 1989. What's my channel about? Well, thank you for asking. Professional wrestling, sharing my thoughts and opinions on professional wrestling and stunts. And I'm also an aspiring actor as well. So that's what this channel is about here. But favorite moment from Tim Burton's Batman, Jack Nicholson. There's a couple. When Vicky Vale puts the water on him, he's like, oh, melting, oh, melting. And he turns around and scares her. And another one is, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on now, would you? And Batman just punches him right in the face. Jack has so many great moments in that movie. To me, he's right behind Heath Ledger as my second favorite Joker. Question number 1, which of these old school versus new school dream matches would you like to see in the near future? Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole, baby. John Cena versus Velveteen Dream, or The Rock versus Ricochet. Well, those right there, I'd love to see Cena versus Velveteen Dream. I think that would be a huge matchup. I think that's a WrestleMania caliber matchup. Whenever the Velveteen Dream finally arrives on the main roster, he's teased it before in the past, so I would love to see it happen. So good questions, Robbie. Thank you for asking them. Questions from the Club of the Man 1993, who will be going on our WrestleMania 35 trip with me. So me and my good friend Mike will be attending WrestleMania. My second time attending WrestleMania. Mike's first. Question number 5 here. How many wins for the Pirates this year? Oh, God. Do I really have to pick? I'll say 72. Question number 4. Excluding WrestleMania and SummerSlam, what would you say is your favorite pay-per-view of all time is? Excluding Mania and SummerSlam. Sam, what's going on? Thank you for checking in. It's good to see you. I hope all is well. I'm the Alex Jones of wrestling. That's a good question. I won't go into the conspiracy theories, but favorite pay-per-view outside WrestleMania and SummerSlam? It's got to be the Royal Rumble. How can you not love the Royal Rumble? It is just iconic. It is classic. It sets up for WrestleMania. Question number 3. If WWE was to have WrestleMania outside the United States, where would you want to see it take place? London calling from a faraway town. The Clash. London. It's got to be London. I mean, come on. They deserve a WrestleMania. Easily. Question number 2. Name one superstar from each brand you think needs to move in the brand split. I would move Braun Strowman from Raw to SmackDown. And from SmackDown to Raw... I don't really want to move anybody to Raw because Raw is just so bad. I'd probably put Asuka back on Raw. I just feel like she has not been booked well on SmackDown at all. Thank you for the questions, Mike, and I will see you WrestleMania weekend. Rustig B, be sure to check out his channel. Great stunt choreography and action short films that he does, and just helpful tutorials. Rustic B, great friend, and did a great interview with him on this channel, so be sure to check that out as well. Says, I can tell you're training hard and looking great, so thank you for the nice compliment there. Where can people go, and how can they start training for WWE? Well, really, it all starts with the independent scenes. You can look up local wrestling academies. I mean, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, just Google Pittsburgh Professional Wrestling Schools. Here in Pittsburgh, we have a local federation called the International Wrestling Cartel, and I believe they have the Iron City Wrestling Academy, where they offer classes, and you can start training. It's a 12-month program, $2,400. There's tryouts. You can do the classes. Really, just you can also start training with, if you know somebody, a professional trainer like I do. Learn how to take falls and bumps, and I'm already learning to take suplexes, and I could do a flip bump now, and some moves for professional wrestling, like an elbow, learn how to throw a working punch. I mean, it's keep things simple, and you study a lot of tape as well. I think it's important to study old school footage as well. But look for a local professional wrestling academy and make sure it's credible. Make sure it's well worth your money, because there are some out there that will scam you, so make sure it's legitimate. But I say just go out there, do your research on the internet, and then follow your heart. That's the best way to get into the business. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll make it. So thank you for the question. Question from Jack Southall. Jack, be sure to check out his channel as well. Question number 3. If you had a time machine and could travel back to any WrestleMania and attend that show live, which one would it be? WrestleMania 17. The greatest WrestleMania of all time. Rock Austin, Triple H Undertaker, the TLC match, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, Shane versus Vince in the street fight. It's WrestleMania, baby. So that would be the show. Question number 2. Will you be doing any tourist non-wrestling things while in New York City? E.g. we'll be going to Times Square, Rockefeller Center, getting some New York pizza, take the subway around, walk down to Atlantic Avenue, and go to the Empire State Building, which will be lit up in the WrestleMania colors. So I will definitely have to snap a picture of that while I'm there. Just enjoy the sights and sounds of one of my favorite cities in the world, New York City, and it will all be in my WrestleMania vlog, so stay tuned for that. Question number 1, will you be attending any other wrestling shows during WrestleMania weekend? Outside of Raw and WrestleMania itself, and I will be going to the Hall of Fame. Fortunately not. I would have loved to have done TakeOver. Fortunately, they moved it to Friday, but if I go next year, TakeOver definitely will be on my itinerary, so we shall see about next year. Thank you for the questions, Jack. Questions from Mr. WWE Freak 2012. Question number 5 here. Thank you for the love and support. What's your thoughts on the new Daniel Bryan? I think the new Daniel Bryan is awesome. I think he's having one of the best runs of his WWE career. And I think him and Kofi are going to go out there and tear the house down at WrestleMania. Cannot wait for that match. Question number 4. What are your thoughts on the WWE product? Too much and not enough demand. Less is more. That is my thoughts on the product here. So just give me one moment here while I close this. All right, thank you for being patient. Sorry about that. Okay, back up here. So, yeah, I think the product is pretty stale, and it could use a shakeup, a creative team shakeup. Question number 3, who is your favorite singer? Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin, incredible. Question number 2, what's your favorite music band? AC/DC. Question number 1, what match are you most looking forward to at WrestleMania 35? Still, it's the women's triple threat. Despite the convoluted build, I am so proud of all 3 of those women going into that main event. For the first time ever, women are going to make history. They had a great brawl this past Monday on Raw. I'm sure they're doing something hopefully really good on SmackDown right now. But Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, they're going to tear the house down. So thank you for the question. Question here from my friend Matt Rossman. Matt, thank you for the questions. Question number 4. Which part of this weekend are you most excited about? It's WrestleMania, despite how long the show is going to be. You know, being back at MetLife Stadium for the first time in over 6 years, it's hard to believe. But I will be going to my second WrestleMania, and just to be there with my good friend Mike, soaking it all in, that is what I'm most excited about. Question number 3, Kofi Mania? Hell yeah, Kofi Mania. Will Kofi win at WrestleMania? Who do I think is going to win the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania? Stay tuned Thursday for my Mania and TakeOver preview and predictions videos. Question number 2, does Dolph Ziggler deserve a singles match at this or any future WrestleMania? Honestly, I think Dolph Ziggler should leave WWE because they have way, way, way too much talent and they just don't know what to do with them. And let's be honest, Ziggler has not been booked well at all, but I heard he does a pretty good comedy show. Ain't that right? So, yeah, I don't see him having a singles match in the near future. And question number 1, will you sit through all 636,181 matches at WrestleMania? I will only be there for the main show. I'm not staying for pre-show, 2-hour pre-show. I will stay from 7 p.m. till hopefully, I hope the show ends at midnight. Please don't go to 12:30. And thanks, Sam, for the love and support. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I am not staying 7.5 hours. I will do 5.5. And finally, here are questions from my good friend Connor Egger. Question number 1, which TV network deal do you feel like AEW will land on? I would love to see him get a TBS or a TNT deal. I would love to see him just get a prominent network deal. That would be nice. Question number 2, who on the current WWE roster would you like to see transition to AEW? Dean Ambrose, I think, would make a nice fit. There's really a lot of names. I think Tyler Breeze could be a nice fit there. Let's see who else is being underutilized. Cesaro, I think Cesaro would be great over there. So just off the top of my head, those are a couple names that I'd like to see over at AEW. And question number 3, what's your favorite match from this year's WrestleMania going in and why? Well, let's see what we got here. Looking at the updated card for WrestleMania 35. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. It's still got to be the women's triple threat. That or the SmackDown or the WWE Championship match between Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston. I really love the story they've told between Bryan and Kingston, but I'm also really hyped for the winner-takes-all SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship match between Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch, despite how convoluted that story has been. So that looks like it concludes the questions here on YouTube. And for those of you watching SmackDown, how is the show? I'm just kind of curious. Haven't had a chance to check it out yet. But be that as it may, just give me 1 second here and I will answer your live questions. Be sure to ask those right now as I pull up some information here, and then we'll be able to get going here. All right, so let's go to the live chat. Let's see. Are you watching SmackDown Live? No. Are you excited for Mania 35 this weekend? Yes, because I will be in attendance. Of course I will be. And what are your Mania predictions? Stay tuned for that on Thursday. I will be doing my WrestleMania predictions. Who are you supporting at WrestleMania? 3 people. Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, and Kofi Kingston. Are you from Philly? No, I am not from Philly. I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And eventually, one day, I will be from Akron, Ohio. What's your channel about? Professional wrestling, stunts, choreography, acting. It's a little bit of everything that I love in life. Are you the Alex Jones of professional wrestling? Thank you, Sam, for the kind words. I really appreciate it. No, I'm not. I will never be the Alex Jones of professional wrestling. That would be one crazy gimmick to portray. But if there are no more questions in the live chat, I want to say thank you all for watching this live video. We'll have to see if SmackDown's worth reviewing and watching. Stay tuned for that. I would like to do a retro review of WrestleMania 30 tomorrow, so stay tuned for that as well. Hopefully be able to get to all that. It's been a busy week, so I will try my best. And then, of course, we have WrestleMania 35 weekend. Of course, got a ton of great content. Got a special interview coming up with a legendary faction from the Akron, Ohio area. If you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. It's going to get hot. We're going to have some heat here on this channel. Stay tuned for that Saturday night. And then, live reactions. I will be going live for one match. Attempting to from MetLife Stadium. And then Monday, immediately following WrestleMania, coming back up here from my early morning. It's going to be a long night, but I'll hopefully be back up here that morning for my live WrestleMania review. And then the following Tuesday, my live Raw after WrestleMania review. So I'm ready for WrestleMania weekend, guys. I hope you are as well. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. I hope all is doing well with you as well. So thank you all for watching this video. I am out, and enjoy WrestleMania week, guys. Thanks for watching here at youtube.com/DanielGiza412.